completely cucked. You have no independent decision-making capabilities. You are absolutely subservient to the people who pay your paychecks or who run your party, you know? You have to rub their noses in it. You have to make a spectacle of how captured they are. That's the thing you have to lean in on. And I'm glad that AOC is talking about it. Because so often when Democrats talk about this, I think they presuppose something. When they say, why does Elon Musk get to make these decisions? Why is Elon Musk the one running Doge? Why does Elon Musk, an unelected official, get all this power? And I think you're skipping a step, which is, why are you, the Republicans, letting him? Like, okay, why does he get all that power? Sure, but it's kind of a rhetorical question. I want you to ask it directly. Why are you letting this one guy blow over all of you, you know?
On their asthma inhalers, on everything that they need. And then, to kick it off, 5 days after he kills pharmacy benefit manager reform.
I love this.
We get this tweet from Elon Musk. What is a pharmacy benefit manager? This was at 1:02 a.m. on December 31st of 2024, 5 days or so, a couple days after he kills the bill. So
me when I ban a chatter and then look at their logs and see the context that vindicates them.
The problem here is not a...
The woman laughing is the move. Wait, I missed it.
2024, 5 days or so, a couple days after he kills the bill.
Yeah. What can you even say,
The problem here is not a substance issue.
Like, again, like this is what I mean. And AOC has been doing this better than anyone. You have to call Elon stupid too, because the idea, and respectfully, I disagree with Bernie Sanders very much on this, the idea of Bernie Sanders being a very talented engineer, a very smart, sweaty boy, you can't do that. You have to be like, no, he's like an idiot. Like, this isn't just like, because it's just a modern version of what the Nazis did, which is that when you called the Nazis evil, misspoke, you know what I mean? When you call the Nazis evil, Nazis online are like, yeah, we're like, epic, evil, stoic, cold, hard, unrelenting. Yeah, we're evil, like in a cool way. They love that shit. They get off to it. In reality, they were like, you know, a bunch of weird drugged up pedophiles who got lucky on an economic bounce back that every other country got and managed to benefit from being the first to step into a new modality of warfare. It's happened many different times across history. But they love it. They love jerking themselves off and how cool and evil they are. Yeah, we're evil. We're like the Empire in 40K. Yeah, evil, but like for humanity. Rah! F you. Cut that shit out, okay? Elon's not smart. To not get censored in the halls of Congress, you can point out that he's an unexceptional person. And yes, French Vanilla, thank you. I procrastinated long enough for somebody to find the link.
Doge did not exist 2 years ago. 19-year-olds were not raiding the Treasury 2 years ago. People who have no idea with medical background have not been hauling in and creating kangaroo courts for scientists to dismiss them 2 years ago. That started happening now. Elon Musk is not a scientist. He is not an engineer. He is a billionaire con man with a lot of money.
That's good.
He does not have this kind of good background. And in fact...
And even this is a light touch, by the way, but it's still more than what a lot of Democrats say. Democrats call him evil. They forget to call him stupid or, you know, uneducated or whatever. Democrats have an obsession with calling him unqualified, which I think is really bad because it feeds into Republican messaging that the Democrats are a bunch of like institutionalist technocrats who are obsessed with technical credentials, but not with actual, you know, competence, which is true. They are that. That is a correct assessment on the Democrats. I don't give a fuck if Musk is qualified. If he had a technical qualification, do you think that would make any of this okay? Anyway.
It's not a process issue. It's an oligarchy issue. It's a power issue. And this room is where the power of the people of the United States reside. Whether you're a Democrat or you're a Republican, everyone here was elected to be accountable to the people of the United States, not to be governed by tweet, but to be governed by their duly elected representation. And so we can get this done because there are more of us than there are of him. So I would love a commitment
This tweet is so funny. The Democrats need to start printing out more Elon Musk tweets and holding them up while they talk in Congress.
From our Republican counterparts who we agree with on this issue, to just put it on the floor and let us vote for it, where there is bipartisan agreement, and we can actually get a result of for the American people by booting this guy out from political influence. And with that, I yield back.
Thank you, AOC. Is there just a Kinko's in Congress? Where do they get these boards? It's literally the job of congressional staffers to just like run around DC doing whatever they're told to do. Get coffee, get this printed out, get it on a foam board, whatever. Like, that's their job, It's good that she said political influence, not political power. I agree. Yeah, for sure. Oh, speaking of effective messaging, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz caught on tape saying America has been stolen by fascists and Nazis. Tim Walz? How dare you be so correct?
You see the nonsense that's being put forward on that. We're going to need your voice there, because I would just end with this, and we're seeing it in these town halls. That charismatic leader's not going to come there. I see the pundits on TV. What's wrong with the Democratic Party? What's wrong is our country's being stole by fascists and Nazis, and we're trying to do all we can to try and do it. But we need
actually like a big hope pill that I remember back in 2016 that referring to Republicans as Nazis was basically a no-sell with mainstream Democrats. And nowadays I feel like you could go to a mainstream Democratic event and talk about Republicans the way a third worldist would talk about the United States of America, and they'll like cheer for you. Yeah. Alpha News is a Minnesota local Nazi news organization. I mean, it's called Alpha News, so based. How's this caught on tape he's speaking to a live audience? Well, we're not seeing a recording, so in all likelihood, this was a private meeting of some kind that somebody recorded audio for and leaked to a Nazi group to present. Unfortunately, Tim Walz only said based, true, and correct pilled things, so there wasn't much to go off of, Walz 28. How about you guys let things develop a little bit more organically, okay?